is going on, guys? Happy Valentine's Day and welcome back to another Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon Wi-Fi battle. Today I have an NU match. This one is against Ryan. I'm using the same team as I was in the previous video. And this is looking like a pretty solid matchup here from the team preview. The first thing I notice is that I'm going to have to deal with a Shuckle. That's kind of annoying. Some other things I am afraid of would be the Electivire, along with like the Hitmontop, and overall, he's got a pretty solid team there. So let's go ahead and jump right into the battle. Alright, so I am going to expect him to want to lead off with that Shuckle, and the number one rule about those things is that you don't want to fuckle with Shuckles. So I decided to just throw out my Samurott. The reason for that is so I can set up some Swords Dances and then hit really hard with Liquidation as it sets up all its shenanigans. But he's actually going to switch into his Ludicolo immediately here, as I'm going to go ahead and take this opportunity to dance with some swords, and I'm a full-on samurai now. I got 4 of them bastards, some pretty rusty swords, but they'll still do the trick. So I get that +2 in attack, and I'm just going to go right for the Mega Horn here, as I am obviously faster than Ludicolo, and that thing is going to go down. So Mariachi freaking Pineapple is gonna go down early, and that's actually really nice, because you don't have to worry about that. So now he gets a free opportunity. He's going to switch into his Electivire. I don't want to mess around with this thing, so I'm going to actually switch right into my Rhydon. I know I'm pretty fit to handle this thing. I can take at least 2 hits from pretty much anything it wants to go for, as it actually turns out to end up having a Z Crystal. So that is a great play on his end. It kind of catches my Rhydon off guard here, as he's going to full-on just John Cena the shit out of me, as he has Tectonic Rage, and that is an angry-looking Electivire right there. I do not want to mess with that thing, so he goes ahead and slams me on down. It is going to do over half to me, but the good news is I believe I should be able to still take an Earthquake from this thing. So he's actually just going to stay in, go for the Earthquake, and I have a couple options. I could have just gone straight for the Earthquake, but I opt to set up some Stealth Rock here, as I know I'm not going to have too much trouble with this Electivire, so getting them Stealth Rocks up is going to be a little bit more useful. So I get those up, and he's just going to stay in and finish me off with one more Earthquake. So I do lose my Rhydon for almost nothing, as he does have that Hitmontop on his team for Rapid Spin. But I did want to get those rocks up just to kind of allow some pressure. I know that his team doesn't like him too much, so that's pretty nice. As now we have an empty battlefield on my end here, as I'm able to freely switch in my Vileplume. I know that I can take an Ice Punch. I'm defensive as hell, and it is going to do less than half, which is nice. And this allows me to go ahead and get a nice little sleep pattern on this thing. I say, hey, Electivire, you're looking pretty damn sleepy, so let me go ahead and shake my flower on you, and that puts it to sleep. So I have a couple options here. I'm just going to go right for the Giga Drain. I do want to get some health back on Vileplume. I am looking really useful, and I want to get this thing back in tip-top shape, as unfortunately he's just going to switch right into Crusher Cane, his Incineroar, as the Giga Drain's going to do pretty much nothing to that thing, unfortunately. I really should have gone for Sludge Bomb there, just to get a little bit of extra damage, but that's alright. After some Black Sludge, Nuptup's looking pretty decent here, as I really do not want to take a Fire attack, so I make a risky play, and I decide to switch into Scooby Doom. I really wanted to activate that Flash Fire and kind of scout out what moveset this thing might be rocking, but he predicts that. He knows I have a Houndoom on my team, so he's not going to go for the Fire move, and he is just going to go straight for the Darkest Lariat, as it does less than half to me. And at this point, I actually expect him to switch out. I go for the Dark Pulse, which is going to do like no damage, unfortunately, and he does have Drain Punch. So that wasn't the best play on my end, as he's going to go ahead and just punch my dog right in the face and take some of my health. But if there's anything that good came out of it, I do have a free Revenge switch here, and there's nothing he can do to Samurott, who is looking really useful against his team. So I'm going to send down the old Narwhal, who's looking pretty damn gnarly, and I'm going to go just straight for the Liquidation here, as I know I outspeed, and I don't want to play any games with this damn Incineroar. That thing is really effective against my team, especially since Rhydon's already down, so it's good to see that thing go away, as now he gets a free switch. He's going to go into the Hitmontop. It is going to intimidate me, and I know that the Rapid Spin is probably going to come here, so I want to conserve my Samurott. Like I said, it's looking really nice against his team. I do have that priority with Aqua Jet, so I want to conserve that thing, and I'm just going to switch right into my Vileplume. I can take literally any attack this Hitmontop wants to go for, as it is just going to Rapid Spin to get rid of those rocks, which does kind of suck, but not too big of a deal, as I'm able to freely get in Vileplume. And as I'm looking at this Hitmontop, I really do want to start whittling this thing down. My team does have a little bit of trouble with it, so I'm just going to go right for the Sludge Bomb here to get as much damage as possible, as he is actually going to end up switching into the Dodrio. So the Sludge Bomb is going to hurt this thing quite a bit. I do actually end up getting the Poison as well. I really wish the Stealth Rock was up, because this thing would not be in too good a shape at that point, but I can't really let Vileplume take a Brave Bird here. I know that it's really just too useful at this point, so I do have to switch out. And looking at my team, I realize that Paulina is probably the best fit for the job here, as I know it's not going to one-hit KO me, and this thing is actually going to end up going down to the recoil. So it actually ends up having Drill Peck, which I wasn't really expecting, but it is going to die to its Life Orb and then the Poison, so that was a really lucky Poison on my end with the Sludge Bomb, so pretty thankful for that, as now he is able to bring in the Shuckle, and freaking Shuck Boy is still over here just doing his his weird little noodle rock thing, as I'm just gonna switch directly into my Medicham. So my plan here is to actually scare this thing out with high jump kick. It would do a whole lot of damage to the Shuckle, so I don't expect him to want to stay in. And looking at his team, his best answer as a switch in would be the Hitmontop to be able to come in and intimidate. So predicting that, I'm actually just going to go right for the Zen Headbutt, trying to land on the Hitmontop, but unfortunately he does have Protect, so he's able to scout out what I'm going to go for there, and that is unfortunate because now I'm Choice Scarf into Zen Headbutt, which is not going to do a whole lot to the freaking Shuckle. So I do have to switch here, as I'm going to bring in the Samurott before the Sticky Web happens, which is nice. And I can choose to either Swords Dance here or just go for the Liquidation. I decided just to go straight for the attack here, as it is going to actually do over half to that thing, which is perfect. And I even get the defense drop, which doesn't really matter a whole lot. But yeah, so he does go for the Toxic. That is going to be pretty annoying because, as I saw a minute ago, he does have Protect. So if he wants, he can kind of stall out the Toxic damage. I am expecting him to go for the Protect here. For at least a couple turns. So he does go for the Protect. Shuckle is just so damn annoying. This is something that you don't see a whole lot. Honestly, Shuckle is not too common, but when you do see him, he's just an absolute pain in the dick. So getting hurt by some poison there, and I'm really just hoping he doesn't go for the double Protect, as he does, and he actually gets it, which is like, damn it. There's really nothing worse than somebody getting a double Protect, so that sucks. He's going to block that next Liquidation, as I am going to take some more Toxic damage, but the good news is at least he can't really do anything here. He can't go for a triple Protect, so one more Liquidation is going to take care of the Shuckle, and that is going to be the end of that, that annoying little asshole there. So I am actually going to go down to the Life Orb and the poison damage here, but at least I was able to take care of the Shuckle, and it is kind of sad to see Samurott go, but at least I did my job there, buddy. So now we got an empty battlefield here. I decide to go into Vileplume, and he decides to go into the Hitmontop. This is a great matchup for me. It depends on what moveset this thing's rocking, but generally, it doesn't have a whole lot that can handle Vileplume. So, get hit by a little bit of Stealth Rock and some Sticky Web. I'm all just caught up here, as this thing actually ends up having Protect too, and I'm like, what the hell? There's way too much protection going on here. I guess that's good for Valentine's Day. But yeah, so I'm actually just going to continue just staying in here and going for the Sludge Bomb, trying to get as much damage, as he ends up going for the Close Combat. Punches Nuptup in the face, which really isn't going to do anything because I'm defensive as titties, and I can handle that. I kind of expected him to have like Earthquake or something, but he touches me, and you don't want to touch Magic Mushrooms because they're going to put your ass to sleep. As kind of interesting because his only other Pokemon is the Electivire, who's also asleep, so he got pretty unlucky there touching me with the Effect Spore. I don't believe it activates Sleep Claws because I couldn't have done anything about that. It was really just unlucky that he went to sleep. Honestly, it doesn't really matter because I mean, he really only had Close Combat for me anyway, it looks like. So one more Sludge Bomb is going to take care of that thing, and Nuptup is looking like in a pretty good situation here, as his last Pokemon is going to be that Electivire, who is sleepy as hell. I put it to sleep. It didn't waste any turns of sleep, I don't believe. So all I've really got to do here is kind of just stay in and spam some Sludge Bombs, as this thing takes a nice little nap. So one Sludge Bomb is going to do a little less than half there, not too big of a deal. I know that this thing does have Ice Punch, but I can take it pretty nicely as I continue to kind of just heal up over here with my Black Sludge. So he continues to sleep. This is the sleepiest Electivire of all time. One more Sludge Bomb is going to bring it to red health. And it's looking like I've got this one in the bag, considering I can take an Ice Punch. So he does actually wake up. He goes for that Ice Punch. I'm really just kind of hoping for the no freeze, as Nuptup is not feeling cold today. And I clicked Sleep Powder on accident. I meant to click Giga Drain, but I hit the wrong damn grass move. So look at me over here just stalling turns. It's payback for those Protects. So I put him back to sleep because he is still looking tired, and he is gonna stay asleep there for one more turn of the Giga Drain, and that is gonna take care of the Electivire. So that is gonna be the end of the match there. I thought that was a pretty fun one. Definitely always having some fun with NU. And yeah, so hit that like button on this video if you guys enjoyed. It really does help out. I appreciate all the like support that I've been getting on my videos lately. It's pretty awesome. So yeah, thank you guys. Go ahead and subscribe for some more Wi-Fi battles if you're not already, and peace out.